that involves several budgets. And I'd like to just go through the Gen Ed budget. Base action is $2.55 billion. Senate action is $2.16 billion. The difference accounts for the fact that we are putting the 240 million teacher dollar pay raise that was outside the formula last year inside the formula. So that money comes out, as well as the 100 million that we kept outside the formula that was distributed to school districts based on ADM. In addition, you'll notice in the general education bill, we now have the charter school appropriation. So you have 900 million in general funds, 500 million in special funds. We reappropriated $12 million for early learning collaboratives, other learning programs, instruction materials. And as well as you'll see the language in paragraph 20 that's we kept in there, put in there last year with 100 million that says 90% of MAEP must be spent on teacher salaries, classroom resources, add-on program costs and expenses other than salaries for superintendents, assistant superintendents, principals, and assistant principals. And that also includes charter schools.
Some corrections, Senator DeBar, charter school 900,000, not 900 million, correct?
900,000, yeah, 1.4 million, 900,000 general funds, 500,000 special funds, yes. If you go to section 51, that is a new section, you will see there is 100 million or $50 million appropriated in section 51 for a teacher pay raise. That will be $1,000 across the board for teacher pay increase. That is money that Senator Hobson had found and came to me just this last week and said, hey, I think we've got money to help our teachers in K through 12, as well as communities and junior colleges. So that is new. That is something, and you will see later this afternoon, if this passes, a general bill reflecting the $1,000 pay raise for teachers. Section 52 is also another new section we've added that is appropriating $25,000 to the Department of Education for the purpose of examining the current education funding formula and recommending revisions or replacement to the current education funding formula to the Senate and House Education Chairman by October 1st, 2024 for consideration in the 25 legislative session. That goes back to what I was saying on the floor, that we want to study this and we want the department to study this, and this is the funds to allow them to conduct that study. That is it on the general education budget. Next up would be the charter school.
Let's take. Go ahead. I'm sorry. You gotta go forward. You're still at 1823.
That's correct, Mr. Chairman. We have the charter school authorizer board. That is 1.4 million. Then we got the Chickasaw interest. That funding formula provides, which is a federal formula. It's $15,223,869. You have the MAEP. Full funding for that is roughly $3 billion under the current formula. Senate action is going to be $2.946 billion, which accounts for the money from the teacher pay raise, as well as the 100 million, plus the 200 million that we have committed, as I stated on the floor this morning, to fully fund MAEP based on the Senate MAEP action. And once again, I just want to commend the House on starting the discussion or continuing the discussion on MAEP and funding formulas. I look forward to working with the House as we come up with this new formula. Working with Chairman Robertson has been great. We get along very well, and I think working in this off session, we can come up with a good product that we can present to the entire legislature. VOTEC, Senate action, our Senate base is going to be $109,193,137. Senate actions $109,202,587. That's an explanation of House Bill 1823, Mr.
Thank you,
Chairman.
Senator DeBar. Questions, Senator Polk, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Senator DeBar, you mentioned the funding for the charter school board. Is that just allowing them to spend the monies that they collect of the, I think it's 3% they get from, or is this an additional line item?
This gives them the authority to spend up to 1.4 million.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Senator Bolt.
And just for clarification, Senator Poe, just so you, if I understood your question, they do have the special funds, which is 500,000, and general funds is 900,000. So there are special and general funds in their budget. Okay. Other questions of Senator DeBar? Seeing none.
I move for adoption of the strike call.
Senator Delano, you have a question? Okay. Motion is adoption of the strike call. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it now.
Title sufficient to pass strike call.
Motion title sufficient to pass strike call. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you, Senator DeBar. 1824.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. 1824 is the ETV or MPB. Base action is $10.9 million. Senate action is $10.923 million. The difference is a health insurance increase of $20,520. That's an explanation. Mr. Chairman, I'll yield for questions.
Any questions? Not, Senator DeBar, your motion is adoption of strike call.
Adoption of strike call.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Now,
Title sufficient to pass strike call.
motion title sufficient to pass strike call. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you, Senator DeBar. 1825.
Call 1825, which is the Library Commission. Base action, $15,576,891. Senate action, $15,797,481. The difference is $220,590 in increases in health insurance. That's an explanation of the bill, Mr. Chairman. Any different questions?
Thank you. Other questions?
If none, move for adoption of the strike call.
Motion is adoption of strike call. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it now.
Title sufficient to pass strike call.
Motion title sufficient to pass strike call. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you, Senator DeBar. Moving on to Subcommittee 4 is next up. Senator Wiggins, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm going to call up House Bill 1812, which is the Attorney General. And Mr. Chairman, I may do it this way. All the, unless otherwise noted, the amounts that are being presented are the Senate action plus the health insurance increase.
Do you want to then take up in block 1812 through 1820 in your list? Or do you have individual? If you need a discussion in the individual, that's fine.
I'd rather not take those up in block. I'll just run down them.
Okay, that's fine.
So-
You're recognized for 1812.
1812, so that will be, Senate action is $39,284,585. That's for the Office of the Attorney General. Then under the no-call telephone solicitation is funding, and Senate action is $240,627. That's House Bill 1812.
Are there questions on 1812? Seeing none, Senator?
Motion is title sufficient to pass strike call.
Strike call. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Now motion title sufficient to pass strike call. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you very much. Senator Wiggins, 1814.
Capital Post-Conviction Council, Senate action is $2,017,733. Happy to answer any questions.
Any questions? Your motion, Senator?
Title sufficient to pass strike all.
Motion is adoption of the strike call. First, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Now motion title sufficient to pass strike call. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you. 1815.
District attorneys and staff, and the total amount, Senate action is $31,358,475. That does represent, in addition, a 331,160 above the estimated. And there is language in there that covers 371,679. $79. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry, the increase is for the CCID judges on that and the district attorneys. So I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Senator. And this bill, along with 1820, which has the trial judges, is certainly subject to be amended based on the number of districts and the number of judges that we have, correct?
Correct.
Okay, questions on 1815?
Any questions?
Seeing none, your motion is adoption of strike all.
Adoption of the strike all, Mr.
Thank you,
Chairman.
Senator Wiggins. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it now.
Title sufficient, do pass, strike all.
Title sufficient to pass strike all. All in favor, say aye. Opposed,
Aye.
nay. The ayes have it. Thank you. 1819.
State Public Defender, Senate action is 4,114,989.
Questions? Seeing none.
Move adoption of the strike all, Mr.
Motion is
Chairman.
adoption to strike all. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion is title sufficient to pass strike all. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you.
Thanks.
Moving on to HB 1820, Senator Wiggins.
Mr. Chairman, I would take up the specific ones in block. It's the same bill 1820, but I'll take the amounts I'll mention, and they involve the Supreme Court services, continuing legal education, trial judges, Court of Appeals, Administrative Office of Courts, and bar admissions. And if anybody would like to set a particular one of those aside, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
No, that's fine. It's all one bill. So
Okay.
you can just explain the result at the bottom if you'd like.
Thank you. So Senate action is 173,638,790 for the total of all the Supreme Court offices.
Are there questions? Seeing none.
Move adoption of the strike all, Mr.
Motion is
Chairman.
adoption of the strike all. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Now,
Titles.
Senator Branning, we recorded, we'll motion on the adoption of the strike all, title sufficient to pass strike all. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Senator Branning would like to be recorded as voting present on the bill. Any others? Seeing none, thank you, Senator Wiggins. We'll move on to Subcommittee 5, and I'll recognize Senator Blackwell.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think I'm going to take you up on taking these all up in blocks so we
Okay.
move along.
Motion is to take them up in block. Are there any questions, or does anyone want to set any aside? Seeing none, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Senator Blackwell, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. All these are set at Senate action, Child Protective Services at 298 million, plus the insurance at 455,000, Human Services at 1,814,000,000. Again, the base of insurance is 411,000. The Medicaid, 7,604,000,000. Again, Senate base, or Senate action plus the insurance that brings it, adds 231. And rehab services, the Senate action is 251 million. And again, the insurance, 256,000. They all bills have reverse repealers, so we'll see them again. So I'll yield for questions.
Are there questions? Any questions?
Move for adoption of the strike calls.
Senator Blackwell moves adoption of the strike calls. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Now,
Title sufficient, do pass, strike call.
motion title sufficient to pass strike call. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you, Senator Blackwell. Moving on to Subcommittee 7, Senator Branning, I recognize you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to move to take these up in block, please.
Motion is to take them up in block. Anyone wishing to set any aside? Seeing none motion, all in favor say aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Senator, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. All of these will have base level funding plus insurance. And so the Port of Gulfport Authority, the Senate action will be $59,080,240. Pat Harrison Waterway District, the Senate action will be $7,056,595. Pearl River Valley Water Supply District, Senate action will be $19,423,699. Tom Bigby River Valley Water Management District, the Senate action will be $7,706,169. Yellow Creek State Inland Port Authority will be $12,012,746. Department of Transportation will be $1,418,308,059. And then there'll be an additional authorizing language for $431 million that you will see over on the next page, continuing from last year, some dollars that we appropriated for maintenance and capacity. That's the explanation of the strike alls. Be happy to yield for questions.
Any questions? Senator Wiggins, you are recognized for a question.
Thank you. If you know, on the Department of Transportation, is that including, that's not including the ARPA funds that we've done this session?
No, my understanding, that's not anything to do with ARPA from this session.
Okay, and the maintenance, you mentioned the maintenance, that's, are we increasing that fund? Let me ask that.
Well, so it's a reauthorization of the money that we appropriated last year because all of those dollars have not been spent. And so my hope is that when we get into conference, we can talk about some increased, dollars that go into these programs. If the chair sees fit to do that, I certainly would be encouraging that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Wiggins. Are there other questions? Seeing none, Senator Branning.
Move adoption of the strike all.
Motion is to adopt the strike all. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you, Senator. Motion titled sufficient to pass strike all. Thank you, Senator
Yes,
Branning.
Mr. Chairman, thank you.
All in favor, say aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you. Moving on to Subcommittee 9, I don't see Senator Turner forward, so I'll take those bills. And I think I hear Senator Polk making a motion to take up in block 1777, 79, 93, 95, 1804, 1810, 11, 13, and 21. Is that the motion you make, Senator Polk? All in favor to take those up in block? Or is there anyone needing to set any aside in that pack? Actually, I need to set aside 1813 because it's not a strike all. So we are going to set aside 1813. All the others to take up in block. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you, Senator Polk, for that motion. You'll see Senate action on all of these. The only one that has a significant increase is the Board of Registration for Foresters, $18,626, which includes, of course, the health insurance increase plus IT software that they need for their agency. All the rest have the increases as indicated on your worksheets for the health insurance increases. And I will yield for questions. Seeing none, Senator Polk. Motion is adoption of the strike all. Thank you, Senator Polk. You're on top of it. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Now, motion title sufficient to pass strike all. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Moving back to 1813, that is the Auctioneers Commission, and that one is going to be at the appropriate time. Motion title sufficient to pass. Senate actions, 117,462. Of course, all of these are special fund agencies, so no general funds in any of these. I'll yield for questions if there are any. Seeing none, I think Senator Polk makes the motion. My title is sufficient to pass. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you. We're moving on to Subcommittee 10. I'll recognize Senator Parker.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to take up item 1787 and 1788 in block.
Motion is to take up 1787 and 1788 in block. Anyone want to set one aside? If not, all in favor, say aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. You're recognized, Senator.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. These are just special funds. The only Senate action is health insurance change. Move adoption of strike all.
Motion is adoption to strike all. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Motion title sufficient do pass strike all from Senator Parker. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you. 1798.
I'd like to take up item 1798, 1799 in block.
Motion is to take up 1799 and 1798 and 1799 in block. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. You recognize, Senator.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. These are the appropriations for the insurance department. The only changes that you'll see there other than the insurance changes is we've under insurance department, if you look at column 1 versus the Senate action, we've moved $3 million that we had set aside for a special recognition program into a special fund. And you'll see the dollar amounts match up after that. And then under the rural fire truck acquisition program. We've moved back to that $11 million amount that we had in the 2024 estimate. That's a brief explanation of those bills. A yield for questions.
Any questions of Senator Parker?
Seeing none, I move adoption of strike.
Seeing none, motion is adopt the strike call. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it.
And title sufficient to pass, strike all will be my
Motion
motion.
is title sufficient to pass, strike all. All in favor say aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you, Senator Parker. 1801.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to take House Bill 1801 through 1806 up in block, be recognized.
Motion is take up 1801 through 1806 in block. Any need to be set aside? Motion is take up in block. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you, Senator Parker.
Thank you. And all these do is have the health insurance changes. If there are no questions, I move adoption of the strike alls.
Motion is adoption of the strike all. Any questions? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it.
And move passage,
Sufficient.
title sufficient to
Strike all.
pass, strike all.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. You recognize now for 1818.
Thank you, Mr. President. House Bill 1818 is the Public Employees Retirement System. All we have in here is the health insurance change. There is one thing I want to bring to your attention in section 17 of the bill is we have put in here some language to have the PERS meetings broadcast and archived. I can't find the exact page on here, but it's section 17. And it also allows them to purchase equipment to live webcast the board meetings. So that's addition. That addition and that suggestion came from Chairman Johnson after our hearings was that it would allow a little more communication back to the membership as a whole and to the legislature on the actions taken by the PERS board. Yield for any questions.
Thank you, Senator Parker. Are there questions? Senator Wiggins, you recognize?
On that issue, so how much is that for the streaming?
We don't have a dollar amount yet. I do think we have some similar types of expenditures we've made in the capital that I think would be good for that. The chairman and I hope to look at that and come up with hopefully a more solid number before we take it up on the floor.
So to be clear, that the PERS board does not do that right now.
That's clear, yes.
So, and this will be to provide money for the PERS board to actually implement and stream in real time online their meetings that will allow people, not just the legislature, but others to know what they're voting on, how they're voting, and monitor the meetings.
Right. Other than monitor, as we discussed on
Okay,
the floor a
I'll
minute
scratch
ago.
that word.
Yeah,
That's
monitor
probably-
wouldn't be the appropriate word in my opinion, but certainly much like this meeting here is archived and people can go back and watch it in their convenience. I would like to have that same ability. And again, that came from the recommendations of government structure in our hearings.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Senator.
Thank you, Senator Wiggins. Are there other questions? Seeing none.
If there are none, move adoption, strike off.
Motion is to adopt the strike call. All in favor say aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it.
Move final passage of strike off.
Passage, title sufficient to pass, strike all. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you, Senator Parker. Moving to Subcommittee 11, I'll recognize Senator Delano.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The difference between the base and the Senate action on this is about $33,944 for insurance. The additional $8.2 million is special spending authority that is necessary for funds that come from the wildlife stewardship program. And that's an explanation. I'll yield for questions. If there are no questions, I'll move for adoption of the strike all.
Are there questions of Senator Delano? Seeing none, his motion is to adopt the strike all. All in favor say aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes
Motion
have
to
it.
be title sufficient to pass,
He moved
strike
to-
all.
Title sufficient to pass, strike all. All in favor say aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you, Senator Delano. Moving to Subcommittee 12, I'll recognize Senator McCon to explain.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I would move that we take all of these up in block.
Motion is to take up 1776, 78, 80, 81, 83, 84, 89, and 1822 in block. Anyone needing to set one aside? Motion to take them up a block. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Senator McCon, you recognize.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. All of these are, just like everything else you've heard today, is mostly insurance cost. If you look at the Senate action there, you see it's pretty consistent with the addition of a total of about 53,000 in insurance cost on these for the Senate action. I'd entertain questions on those at this time.
Any questions for Senator McCon on those items?
If there are none, I'd have a motion to adopt a strike all.
Motion is to adopt a strike call. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it.
Title sufficient do pass strike all.
Motion title sufficient to pass strike call. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you, Senator McCon. Subcommittee 14, Senator Michelle, you recognize.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I move that we take items 1807, 1808, and House Bill 1817 in block.
Motion is to take those three up in block. Senator Blackwell. Senator Blackwell would like to pull out 1808. So the motion, Senator, unless others want to hold, would be to take up 1807 and 1817 in block. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Senator, you recognize for 1807 and 1817.
Okay, I'll start with 1817 first, Mr. Chairman. That's legislative operations. The Senate position is $35,363,406. Has the appropriate health insurance increase. It has an appropriate reduction in 2025 due to the legislative session going to 90 days from after this year's 125-day session. And House Bill 1807, the Real Estate Appraisal Board, that's also has the health insurance increase. The agency has requested funds for an auto for an investigator. This agency, you may recall, was separated last year from the Real Estate Commission, and they stand on their own now. I move, I'll be glad to yield any questions on those two.
Are there questions on those two items? If not, Senator
Adoption of the strike all amendment, Mr. Chairman.
moves adoption of the strike calls. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it.
Title sufficient do pass, strike all.
Motion title sufficient to pass strike call. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. You're recognized now for 1808.
1808 is the Real Estate Commission. Senate, it's a special funds agency. The Senate action is at 1.764 million. The includes the appropriate health insurance increase, which is around $4,000. Also of note is this agency also requested funds last year for an auto for their inspector and did not make the purchase. So they've requested approval to make that purchase this next year. You might recall, we've kept you updated on this each year that this agency is accumulated quite a cash balance in around $3.5 million. We've done a couple of things to get some of that money back to the licensees or the consumers for that matter. Last year, we reduced some application fees. This year, the Real Estate Commission took our directive and they've reduced costs for licensure. They've also are offering free continuing education and have done away with the fee for fingerprinting. Be glad to yield any questions on that budget.
Thank you, Senator Michelle. Are there questions on the Real Estate Commission budget? Seeing none. Senator,
Adoption of the strike all, Mr. Chairman.
motion is adoption of the strike call. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it.
Title sufficient do pass, strike all.
Motion is title sufficient to pass strike call. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Please record Senator Blackwell is not voting. Moving on, then thank you, Senator Michelle. Moving on to Subcommittee 15, I'll call on Senator Polk.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This House Bill 1816 does one thing, and that's to reappropriate funds for the building of a Bureau of Buildings at the tune of $699,425,820. These are funds that we have to reappropriate because we had previously appropriated and they haven't spent them yet. I'll be glad to answer any questions.
Are there questions of Senator Polk?
I move the adoption of strike all.
Seeing none, his motion is adoption of the strike call. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it.
Sufficient to pass, strike.
Motion title sufficient to pass strike call. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you, Senator Polk. Got a couple other bills that are in your packet. We'll try to get through real quickly. First is House Bill 1830. This is a deficit bill. We previously passed this. There's one change to it, and that is starting in section 2, line 18. If you see the amount, 320,000 on line 25. That's an increase of 65,000 from what we had previously had. I spoke with Senator Parker, who handles that budget, and As y'all may recall, the Board of Dental Examiners is moving their office and they're getting some, I think, IT equipment and some other equipment for the move. And so they're requesting this money so they can have it in anticipation of their upcoming move. I'll yield for any questions. Everything else is the same, what we've already passed that you'll see in the bill. I'll be happy to yield for any questions on that bill. Seeing none, Senator Polk. Motion is title sufficient to pass strike all. All in favor say aye. Opposed nay. The ayes have it. Motion he makes now is, I said title sufficient to pass. I meant to adopt the strike all. All in favor say aye. Opposed nay. The ayes have it. Now it's title sufficient to pass strike all. All in favor say aye. Opposed nay. The ayes have it. Thank you, Senator Polk. Now I'll recognize you again for, let's see, what bill are we on? Do you want to take these up in block or are these separate? 1949?
We can take them up in block. It's just ARPA bills.
The ARPA bills, 1916, 1949, and 1950. Whoops, there may be, no, 51 and 52 are in your packet.
Move we take them up in block.
This motion from Senator Polk is to take all these are all ARPA bills, to take them up in block. Any questions, or does anyone want to set one aside? All in favor say aye. Opposed nay. The ayes have it. Senator Polk, you recognize.
Thank you. These four bills are ARPA bills. 1949 is for the $20 million we previously passed for the administration of the ARPA funds through DFA. The other bill, 1950, is for $60 million for the Bureau of Buildings to continue their work. House Bill 1951 is a bill that we want to keep alive that would allow an appropriation for rural water. We have a zero amount there. And then last 1952 would be for the Department of Public Safety for any ARPA related purposes that they can justify. That has a zero amount so we can keep something going. All four of these bills do have reverse appealers. I'll be glad to answer any questions.
And the last two, just for clarification, are two that came from the House that some of their ARPA expenditures were in those two programs. But it is keeping these alive so we can discuss all the ARPA programs in conference. Yield, and Senator Polk will yield for questions.
If not, ask for a motion to approve the strike all.
Seeing none, the motion is to adopt strike alls. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed nay. The ayes have it.
Motion to pass strike all.
Motion is titled sufficient to pass strike alls. Hold on one second. Motion titled sufficient to pass strike all. All in favor say aye. Opposed nay. The ayes have it. We do have one more bill. I'm sorry. House Bill 1916, and I'll recognize Senator Blackwell to explain.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This bill is part of our Hospital Sustainability Act to shore that up. Just this morning, I had a conversation with Dr. Edney. We're waiting on 5 hospitals for Horn to confirm if they're going to get paid or not. But the intention is once that determination is made, is to get a list of the hospitals that we were going to give money to, the amount that we were intended for them to receive, and then the difference if they either did not qualify or only partially received or fully received their payments, and then adjust from there. But still think that 38 million is in the ballpark. And I'd like to add a reverse repealer to this bill.
Okay, are there questions on the proposed strike all first? Seeing none, the motion from Senator Blackwell is to amend the bill to include a amend the strike all to include a reverse repealer. Any questions on the motion? None, seeing none, hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed nay. The ayes have it. Senator Blackwell, you're ready.
Move for adoption of the strike all.
Motion is adoption of the strike all. All in
As
favor
amended,
say,
I guess.
all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed nay. The ayes
And
have it now.
Title sufficient to pass strike
Motion
all.
is titled sufficient to pass strike all. All in favor say aye. Opposed nay. The ayes have it. One final comment on ARPA bills, since we've got those in front of you. We just passed those. Just again, I want to reiterate, I'd like to get those moving a little bit ahead of the process. We're going to try to take up these appropriation bills on the calendar. My guess is it's going to be Thursday. I don't think we'll have enough time to get to them tomorrow. I mean, if we did, I'd take them up tomorrow. But so For the subcommittee chairs, those that want to handle them on the floor, just be ready to handle those. Let me know if you don't want to handle them. And hopefully we'll get them up no later than Thursday. And on ARPA, may want to move it a little bit ahead of the game because we need to get that going. I'd like to get that out in front of everybody and get it, seen and reviewed on a final product, whatever we agree with the House on, we can get that out a little bit earlier. So if you have thoughts or comments, I know there's one issue that swirled around about some funds that didn't get to some local communities due to some procurement issues, but Senator Polk's working hard to try to get through all that. And if y'all would just get with him and Corbin and keep me informed too as you go through that and have any comments on it. Thank y'all for meeting. I know it's well into lunch and I appreciate you being here. I'll entertain a motion to rise and report. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you.